These two have really had their ups and downs over the years, but were there some signs that we have missed? Hey guys, I'm your host Lauren, and today we're going to be counting down the top 10 Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck warning signs that we should have noticed. Number 10. Slamming the door. A viral video that has been circulating social media has fans questioning, is Ben really a gentleman? The clip shows Ben walking towards the car and holds the door open for Jen and then closes it behind her, but it definitely looks more like a slam. After this, he goes to the driver's seat and looks at the cameraman with a pretty grumpy looking face before getting into the car. One fan commented on this clip and wrote, "I swear he does those faces on purpose, knowing we will look into it." Another wrote, "It's the last look from Ben for me." Others believe this could be less about Jennifer and more about the media that is consistently following them. One TikTok user commented, "He is just fed up with the cameras following him." Another added, "He's tired of being followed, no privacy." Regardless of why he made the face, he really does just seem pretty over it. Number 9. The Mother premiere. Jennifer's new movie Mother just had its premiere earlier this month, and though it was a pretty exciting event, some viewers noted some trouble in paradise. When the two made their red carpet debut, I have to admit the whole thing looked a little bit tense. One viewer commented on this and wrote, "Ben did not want to be there. He looked like he wanted to get upset, and she looks tense." Another wrote, "Oops, the cracks are showing." A lip reader has come forward and explained what she believes the couple are actually talking about. Allegedly, Jen asked Ben if her top was showing too much, to which he responded by saying, "It's fine." The expert then claims that Jennifer said, "Come close to me." After the photos are finished, Ben looked to Jennifer and asked, "That's us done," gives her a kiss and then asked if she was okay. The photographer who took the photos of the exchange told the press that Ben seemed frustrated and irritated, while Jennifer seemed kinda shy and looked a little sad. The insider shares that there's a lot of hand gestures. Ben was waving his hands up and down and it looked heated. Number 8. The ex-wife. With Jennifer Garner being Ben Affleck's ex-wife and the mother of his children, many wondered what her true thoughts were about Jennifer Lopez. The former couple, who was married for 13 years, claim they are now friends as they continue to co-parent their kids. But Jennifer seems to have a gear to grind. During an interview, Garner shares how she has been working hard to not look at any news regarding her or her ex-husband. She said, "I work hard to not see either of us in the press. It doesn't make me feel good, even if it's something nice about one of us." She went on to add, "I don't need to see anyone in my family made into a meme." After she was asked if she had seen the Ben memes, she replied by saying no, but admitting he is quite meme-worthy. This didn't sit well at all with J-Lo, and an insider shared, "It's Jennifer's way of saying Ben looks miserable, and all his appearances in the public eye are lame. How could J-Lo not take it personally?" Adding that the comments made are a big F you to J-Lo. The source further revealed the star's feelings, saying, "Part of her wants to fire back and tell Jennifer off, but she's smart enough not to make too much of a scene publicly. But it's up to Ben to be the referee." Some fans believe that the feud between the Jennifers has been a long time coming though. Number 7. Homewrecker. J-Lo and Ben Affleck first met on a set of a 2003 romantic comedy, and they played the love interests. It quickly became more than that though, when on set, going from reportedly close friends to confirming their relationship. The timeline, I must admit, is a little bit strange, considering she was married to Chris Rudd for just 9 months while filming, confirming the divorce by June 2002. But after this, it left many asking the question, did Ben break up her marriage? Chris's dad may seem to think so. In 2003, Larry Judd, Chris's father, said, "Chris is probably the best thing that ever happened to her. Chris is a one-woman guy. His thing was to motivate her and keep her life in perspective. Chris said there were no problems, but I knew there were problems. I told him maybe that she would come out of it, but she didn't. She jumped in with the worst people she could possibly be with." J-Lo has been reported to be infatuated with Ben right from the beginning, making a few fans question if their relationship possibly started a lot earlier than we have been told. Ben has always denied these claims, saying, "When I met her, we became really good friends. Because she was married, there was no thought of a romantic relationship, so that created the opportunity to get to know each other without any falseness that goes in with courtship, because you're trying to make a good impression." Just a month before J-Lo and Chris confirmed their divorce, Ben spoke to Variety and The Hollywood Reporter to talk about just how much he loved working with Jennifer. He said, "I only wish I were lucky enough to be in all your movies. With love, respect, and gratitude." When asked about this, he explained that he was trying to counteract the bad press J-Lo was getting from apparently being a bit of a diva. Number 6. Diva energy. A few people believe that Jennifer could be maybe a narcissist, believing she may be looking out for herself and herself only. She has a bad rep in Hollywood for supposedly being somewhat of a diva, and the evidence is a little bit incriminating. Reportedly, Jennifer refused to travel for a commercial that she did agree to. For the commercial, she was meant to drive through the Bronx, which is where she grew up, to show what inspired her, but reportedly she refused to leave LA, forcing a body double to have to step in and do all the work to make the ad for her. Her hotel demands are also known to be excessive. Allegedly, while staying in a hotel in London, she demanded a suite that was fit for royalty, with roses, a specific brand of candles, baked cookies, and plain M&Ms. Insiders have come forward to share their experiences as staff when encountering JLo. Reportedly, while flying, Jen refuses to acknowledge the staff at all. An airline attendant claims he offered her a drink and she didn't even look at him before looking at her personal assistant and said, "Please tell him I'd like a Diet Coke with lime." Believe it or not, there's actually more, though both the hotel and Jennifer's representatives have denied it. Reportedly, she got a maid fired for asking for an autograph. The woman claimed, "A day later, the cleaning company that employed me at the hotel called and said that Miss Lopez had a complaint right there on the phone because of an autograph." From this to supposedly being tough to deal with on set and feuds with fellow celebrities, could it all just be a little bit too much for Ben? Number 5, we have the first wedding. After Ben popped the question in November of 2002, they were set to get married in September 2003 in Santa Barbara, California. It was going to be quite a star-studded affair with about 200 guests getting ready to fly out for their big day. Everybody was pretty excited to attend the wedding, which reportedly cost over $2.5 million. But just 4 days before the two were set to tie the knot, the whole thing was called off. Calling it more of a postponement at the time rather than a split made fans very concerned for the couple, which had been lovingly named bennifer. The reason for the postponement was said to be due to the fact that the ceremony was leaked to the press. The couple issued a statement to fans and friends which read, "We began to feel that the spirit of what should have been the happiest days of our life could be compromised. We felt that what should have been a joyful, sacred day could be spoiled for us, our families, and our friends." An anonymous insider told the media that Jennifer was so upset by having to postpone her wedding that she called guests and she was hysterically crying. People reported at the time that the couple did briefly split up immediately after the cancelled wedding, but tried to rekindle their relationship. Eventually, they ended up calling it quits completely just 4 months later. In 2008, Ben revealed that the primary end of their relationship was that they were just far too accessible, saying, "I don't think either of us anticipated the degree in which it would take on a work of its own." Number 4, we have Ben's career. In 2009, Ben had some pretty interesting things about what it was like to date Jennifer. A year after they called off their first wedding, Ben is reported to have said, "I am no longer in control of my life. I thought I wanted certain things, but I didn't." Continuing on to say, "I got lost, I felt suffocated, miserable, and gross. I should never have gone down that route or got sucked into all that publicity." Ben did open up in an interview about how his career really did take a dive in the early 2000s. While he did star in a few films during the time, they didn't end up doing too well. He has claimed that this is due to the relationship with JLo and how publicized it was. The attention that came with it was seemingly a part of why his career was in a bit of a lull. When sharing about his personal life at the time, the star says, "What happens in this sort of bleed over from the tabloids across your movie work. I ended up in the unfortunate crosshair positions where I was in a relationship and the media mostly lied and inflated a bunch of stuff for the sake of selling magazines, and I certainly paid the price for that." Number 3, still in love with his ex. Ben has been through some pretty dark times in the past, struggling with his sobriety and going through relationship ups and downs. With everything he has dealt with in the past, he has shared that there's nothing he regrets more than his divorce to his ex-wife Jennifer Garner. He was married to Garner for 13 years and the former couple share 3 children together. In an interview with the New York Times, he discussed how he was drinking more as his marriage was ending. He said to the interviewer, "The biggest regret in my life is this divorce. Shame is toxic. There is no positive byproduct of shame." Going on to say, "It's just stewing in toxic, hideous feeling of low self-worth and self-loathing." When going more into the shame he felt over his past relationship, he said, "It's not particularly healthy for me to obsess over the failure, the relapses, and beating myself up. I certainly made mistakes." When talking about Garner, Ben only has nice things to say about her over the years. When talking about her to the press after his divorce, he said, "She's just a fabulous person. She's a great mother, she's a real talent. She's somebody that I admire and respect and remain excellent friends with. But I can't imagine hearing that your husband's biggest regret is his divorce to his ex for Jennifer Lopez." Number 2, controlling. Is Jennifer just a little bit too controlling in her relationship with Ben? Reportedly, Ben has said that he just needs some more space as he wants things to work out between them. An insider revealed Ben's life has become more difficult ever since he tied the knot with Jennifer Lopez because of her controlling behavior. Many are beginning to realize that JLo's personality could be taking a toll in the relationship. Another insider shared with Us Weekly that the issues between the two are becoming very visible now, since their viral Grammys appearance claiming they try to play it down, but the tensions are plain for all to see. The consensus is that she's tough on Ben and intense in ways he's finding it difficult to take. Fans even seem to speculate that the pair contradict each other. Maybe Ben's more low-key attitude and Jennifer's more extroverted, flashy personality personality just aren't a good match. With reports of Jen trying to pick outfits for Ben to forcing his attendance to the events he has no interest in, what do you guys think? And at number 1, we have the clauses. Ben and Jen have quite a past, and reportedly because of this, J-Lo and Ben signed an anti-cheating clause. That has caused a little bit of controversy. But exactly how much will one of them get if they cheat? Apparently, to avoid any infidelity, the couple signed a $5 million anti-cheating agreement. Information from a close source claims Jennifer fears Ben is going to get tired of her, saying she's trying to keep things fresh and exciting. She doesn't want to divorce just after a few months of marriage, and she's very conscious of what people say about them. This is reportedly not the only contract Jennifer got her husband to sign. Allegedly, J-Lo has a contract to even do with their weekly sexual relations, getting Ben to sign on for having a minimum of 4 sexual relations per week. Ben has since denied this, saying neither of us are stupid or naive. It would be nice if you could have the rules, but you can't write it down. Though they have reportedly established a list of ground rules for them to follow. A source shared, Ben and J-Lo made these rules to keep themselves accountable and to remind them that their relationship always comes first. That's something that didn't always happen in the past. One of these rules is supposedly that they can't be separated for more than 5 days, meaning if one of them is working abroad, the other must visit regularly to maintain their scheduled quality time together. Though insiders have claimed it's to keep the relationship strong, do you think it's just a little bit too much? Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the relationship, and we'll see you in the next one.